SQL Injection, understanding the threat and preventing attacks. SQL Injection. It's one of the oldest, most prevalent, and most dangerous web application vulnerabilities. In this video, we'll dissect SQL Injection, showing you exactly how it works, and crucially, how to prevent it in PHP, Python, ASP.NET, C#, and JSP, Java. SQL injection occurs when an attacker can control part of a SQL query. By carefully crafting their input, they can trick the application into executing unintended SQL code. This can lead to data breaches, unauthorized access, data modification, or even complete server takeover. It's so critical that it consistently ranks high on the OWASP Top 10 list of web application security risks. Imagine a simple login form. The application needs to check if the entered username and password match a record in the users table. If the developer directly inserts the user's input into the SQL query, an attacker can exploit this. Instead of a normal password, they might enter something like OR1 equals 1. This results in a query that always evaluates to true, bypassing authentication. The OR1 equals 1 part effectively comments out the password check, allowing the attacker to log in as any user. Let's see this in code, starting with PHP. This is a classic example of how not to do it. Here we have vulnerable PHP code using direct string concatenation. Next up is Python. Using string formatting directly with user input creates the same vulnerability. In ASP.NET, C#, string concatenation exposes your application to SQL injection. And finally, in JSP, Java, directly embedding user input into the SQL string is a recipe for disaster. The solution is fundamental: always use parameterized queries or prepared statements. Instead of building the SQL string directly with user input, you tell the database what the query is using placeholders. The database driver then handles the safe insertion of the data, treating it purely as data, not as executable SQL code. In PHP, use PDO or musclet with prepared statements. This is the modern and secure standard. In Python, use parameterized queries with your database connector or an ORM like SQLi or Django's ORM. In ASP.NET, C#, use SQL parameter objects with your SQL command. This is the standard for ADO.NET. And in JSP, Java, the prepared statement interface with JDBC is your robust solution. While parameterized queries are your absolute primary defense against SQL injection, remember defense in depth. Always validate user input on the server side to ensure it conforms to expected formats and types. Use the principle of least privilege for your database users. They should only have the minimum necessary permissions. Consider a web application firewall, WAF, for an extra layer of protection. And always keep your software, libraries, and frameworks updated to patch known vulnerabilities. SQL injection is a serious threat, but by understanding how it works, you can build truly secure systems. Always use parameterized queries, validate user input, use least privilege, consider a WAF, and keep software updated. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more web security insights. Next video, Broken Authentication, A07:2021. Tap the link to explore.